My wealthy grandpa left me $5 and a warning. When my grandfather passed, everyone in the family assumed the will would be dramatic. He was the kind of wealthy that made people whisper at holidays, private investments, real estate in 3 states, a lake house none of us were allowed to visit without permission. I was not especially close to him, but I was not distant either. I was the quiet grandson, the one who listened, more of it than talked. He used to call me old soul, like it was either a compliment or a diagnosis. At the reading of the will, the room felt thick. My cousins were already mentally spending money. My uncle looked tense like he expected a fight when my name was called. The lawyer cleared his throat and said my grandfather had left me $5. There was an awkward silence, then a few stifled laughs. Someone actually muttered that it must be a mistake, but it was not. Along with the $5, there was a handwritten note sealed separately addressed only to me. The lawyer handed it over like it weighed more than the rest of the estate. I did not open it there. Later that night, I sat in my apartment staring at that crisp $5 bill and the envelope. I remember feeling embarrassed, like I had somehow failed a test I did not know I was taking. The note was short. If you ever receive more than this from me, it means you ignored what I tried to teach you. Do not chase what destroyed this family, Bushel. Walk away from it. That was it. No explanation. At first, I thought it was cryptic nonsense. Maybe he was losing it near the end. But the more I thought about it, the more it unsettled me. Because there was something about my grandfather that never added up. He was wealthy, but paranoid. Security cameras everywhere. He distrusted business partners, rarely kept friends long. My dad once told me Grandpa made his first real fortune after cutting ties with his own brother, but no one would say why. I started digging. Not dramatically, just casually. Public records, old business filings, news archives. What I found was not illegal, but it was ugly. Hostile takeovers, lawsuits settled quietly, small companies that went bankrupt shortly after partnering with him. Pattern of squeezing people out once he had what he needed. Then I found something else. A company that collapsed 30 years ago. A family-owned manufacturer that folded after losing a contract to one of my grandfather's shell corporations. The owners sued, claiming predatory tactics. They lost everything. One of the names on that lawsuit, my best friend's dad. I had grown up in their house. I knew their financial struggles. I knew the divorce, the stress, the way his dad always talked about being burned by someone powerful. I never connected it. Until that moment, my grandfather did not leave me $5 because I was unworthy. He left it because he knew I had just been offered a job at the family firm before he died. A position waiting for me in the machine he built. If I accepted, I would step into wealth that came from the quiet destruction of others. $5 was not an insult. It was a line in the sand. I turned down the job. My cousins called me stupid. My uncle said I was ungrateful. But I kept the $5 in my wallet. Sometimes I think about what my life would look like if I had chosen differently. The house, the cars, the security. Then I reread the note. Do not chase what destroyed this family. For the first time, I realized my grandfather was not warning me about losing money. He was warning me about becoming him.